Welcome to Thought for February the 6th. Our readings are Exodus 13 and 14, Psalm 68 and Mark chapter 2. And our thought is, have you never read? The words of Jesus in many places challenge us to meditate and think through what he says so as to get to the heart of the point he is making. In Mark chapter 2 today, we see how he responds to the Pharisees' criticism of his disciples because they, on a Sabbath day, in walking through the grain fields, plucked and ate ears of corn. The Pharisees had minutely defined all precepts of the law so that their sense of their own righteousness rested on the keeping the definitions of the law that they had developed. And in response to their criticism, Jesus said, "Have you never read what David did when he was in need and was hungry, he and those who were with him, how he entered the house of God and ate the bread of the presence, which was not lawful for him to do?" And of course they had read what David did, but they never took in the significance of his action. They had tunnel vision on the application of the law. Their righteousness was based on meticulously keeping the letter of the law, even embroidering the law as they interpreted it to their satisfaction. Jesus on one occasion remarked on how two men went up into the temple to pray, one a Pharisee and the other a tax collector. The Pharisee, standing by himself, prayed thus, "God, I thank you that I am not like other men, extortioners, unjust, adulterers, or even like this tax collector. I fast twice a week. I give tithes of all that I get." Luke 19, verses 10 to 12. He concentrated on speaking to God and of boasting of his righteousness. We can say he had eye trouble. In contrast, said Jesus, the tax collector, standing far off, would not even lift up his eyes to heaven, but beat his breast, saying, "God, be merciful to me, a sinner." Verse 13. This is a lesson for us. We can become proud of all the detail of what we read and learn. This pride can lead us to have a sort of tunnel vision as to the way to understand the meaning of what we have read. Jesus said of the second man, "I tell you, this man went down to his house justified, rather than the other. For everyone who exalts himself will be humbled, but the one who humbles himself will be exalted." There is a simple but powerful lesson in those words. Let us have a heartfelt sense of awe as we read the Bible's divinely inspired words every day. Paul warned Timothy in his final letter about those who are always learning and never able to arrive at a knowledge of the truth. 2 Timothy 3 verse 7. Their learning was undertaken with the wrong motive, just like the Pharisees. May we have the right motive whenever we read God's Word. Thank you once again for joining us for Thought for the Day, where together we can open up the pages of God's Word, remembering that they are a lamp to our feet and a light to our path.